Hi, beloveds. Last week, I was entranced by the article a colleague had shared about hope fatigue. And towards the end of that article, there were a list of 8 things we can do, 8 recourses we have, many of us have at hand, that can help us get past that feeling of being completely out of control and tired of having forced hope and restore us to a groundedness that can bring us back into a place of agency and encouragement. And those 8 things were all things that were really familiar, but in this new context, I found something fresh about them. So I want to list those and then add one of my own this week that's really striking me right now. So they were, and I may glance over here to see what I said in my homily. They were reduce our exposure to social media and news. This doesn't mean burying our heads in the sand, but it does mean knowing ourselves well enough to know what our capacity is to keep taking in traumatizing news. Secondly, strengthen our self-care through healthy eating and exercise and getting enough sleep. Be here now instead of living and thinking about simply the past or the future. Be right in this very moment in which we're in. So this moment when I am talking to my phone and trying to talk through my phone to you. Do the breathing exercises that help to calm our nervous systems. Reflect on what's going well and on the strengths that we already have. Always remembering to balance this hard news, this discouraging, traumatic news with the truths of what is going well in our lives and what resilience and what we have and what resilience and strengths we've built up through what we've lived through already and what through our ancestors have lived through and that we have inherited. Reflect on the situations that make us feel hopeless and think about a larger perspective, how maybe we can't predict completely what the outcomes are going to be way down the line, because we're not actually omniscient and we can't completely predict the future because many elements may come in. So there's a kind of this is an invitation to invite our logic, our minds, our balanced sense to get out of that pattern of feeling that all is doomed and there's no possibility of change, because we human beings, we don't really know enough to be able to say that. And I bet there've been other times, we know there've been other times in history where people have thought that doom was certain, and yet here we are, right? Take action and join with organizations that are embodying our values and support them, these nonprofits and other groups that are doing the work that we care about, caring for other people, expressing the compassion, the love, the honoring of dignity, the direct service, the advocacy for changes in laws and policies that ensure everyone's human rights and thriving. So those were actually the 7 that were listed by this article, all of them familiar. And though they seem to be about what we can do individually, and they are things we can all do individually, I also think they're things that we can do communally. We can breathe together. I've experienced it in community, what it is like to breathe together, and this common shared co-regulating that can happen. So each of these things, I think there's another one, which is to get outside if we possibly can, especially if we can be near grass, soil, trail, lake, water, body of water, ocean, sand. If we're able to be in or near or on it, to feast our eyes, our ears upon those sights and sounds, and to smell that air of nature, of healthy nature. So the one that I want to add is make something. I want to add that we can make something, that's also a resource and a recourse and a strength that we humans have, both individually and communally. So of course, I mean making art, which is my passion right now, making music. But I also mean making a meal. I also mean making an outfit. I also mean making a choice that takes us in a good direction. I mean, making something of the inspirations we're receiving, whether they are a journal entry that leads us to fresh reflection or fresh thought or a reminder of who we are and our essential selves, or a conversation. I still love the definition of a true I thou conversation as the very presence of the holy that is part of my religious foundation and bedrock and faith. I wonder what you're going to make today, this week. I think it's all part of embracing possibility. And I just hope we remember that we have resources, we have each other, and we have these internal resources as well. And so there is possibility to be embraced. I love you. I'll see you soon.